So today we're taking a walk in what was probably the base for this town before the town sprung up. So you can see these would have all been homes that people lived in. We're going to take a little walk through here. I noticed yesterday the sunshine really screws up the picture. So I don't know if I can set my camera differently. But these are all old homes where people used to live. There are a few of them that people still live in, actually. But you can see they come back here and they grow some crops here. Whatever small piece of land they could use. You probably can't see it in the picture either, but there's a ton of bugs right now. You can see inside there. I don't know if somebody's actually living here or they're just using that for the garden. But I'm probably breathing in some of these bugs. There's a ton of them. This is like on the outskirts of a town. A town maybe of, let's say, 20,000 people. And I can't claim to fully understand the workings of Chinese real estate, but to my understanding, a lot of the people that were here were given one of these newfangled apartments, or maybe two or three, possibly depending on the size of the property they had before. Let's take a walk down here. You can see a lot of garbage. I think some of that culture comes from the fact that when this was an active area, when people were living here, that there wasn't a lot of trash removal. Okay, this looks like somebody's living here because there's some food hanging up. But most of these are abandoned. But they are pretty cool. Very picturesque. I mean, look at that. Isn't that cool? So this is much more populated than the area I took you to yesterday. You can see there's a dog in there, so there's obviously some people still living here. There's a cat. Can you see him? Not afraid of me. I'm not afraid of cats. Beans. Lots of beans growing here. Big bean vine. So this, to me, it might seem more exciting to some people to take a look at some of this old construction rather than the area I took you to yesterday where it was long distances between buildings. This is like a neighborhood. It used to be people living here. We're gonna take a little walk through, see what we can see. See, now this one looks like it has fairly fresh couplets, which are these red things. So I think somebody's probably living right there. Oh, they're selling it. They want to sell it. I don't know why anybody would buy that in here, because the rest of the buildings are abandoned. So it seems like they might not, you put a sign up on the door and nobody's going to be walking past. Seems a little strange, right? I mean, how many people? I suppose the people that live here, somebody might want to buy it and move to a bigger one. Yeah, let's try this pathway here. See if some of these are occupied or they're all abandoned. So I got kind of the same situation as yesterday. Really rough walking area. That's cool. Really rough walking area, and I got to watch for these spider webs. In some areas, the spider web just runs across. You can see there's like, that's the beginning of the town over there, and here is this old neighborhood. Look at these. Can you see the spider webs? Spider webs everywhere, as you might imagine in this kind of an area. It used to be an old street, right? I like these decorations. Okay. Yeah, I don't see any of these that look occupied, although you can see that the weeds are all trampled down, so there's been a few people through here. Abandoned. Whoa. Whoa. So, just mostly abandoned old buildings on the edge of town. A lot more to see here than I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. If you want to see nature, yesterday's video would have been better. If you want to see some of the old style buildings, this should be much more exciting for you. I like this kind of scenery here myself. It's all very picturesque. Like even though that's abandoned, I mean, look at that. You could take a really nice picture there. It's so cool. Of course, you got to crop out if you can see any of the new construction back there. So here's the, this would have been the public WC. It actually says WC. This is the girls' side. I'm not going to go in there. You can see the WC sign there. So this would have been the neighborhood washroom. And I doubt there's any running water in there. So see, when they get people to move out of these kind of areas and move into some of the newer buildings, they have running water, they have electricity, garbage collection. You know, it's a whole different lifestyle. That building's got all broken windows, so nobody's in there. Yeah, I like this. I like the look of this kind of stuff. I mean, not for a living, but for photography. Okay, so somebody's using this for gardening, and you can hear the dogs in there. Am I coming up to the end here? I might be coming to the edge of the town again, so I want to go the other way. Look at these old wooden windows. I'm sure there's a glass window inside there, I think. Yeah, there is. But you want to close the place up for a storm or whatever, that would be the way to do it. So as I mentioned earlier, some people are still living in some of these. This one looks, no, that's got no roof on it, so. But you can see they're growing. They've come back to grow tomatoes here. I think they missed picking them. They're kind of black. Very cool neighborhood. See, look how small that place is. I believe this would have been one home. So if the person moved to one of these newfangled sanitary style apartments, they probably would actually like it if you moved from there, from this building. And like I said, I can't claim to understand how the real estate works here, but I know of at least one family that has been given an apartment in here. Not in here, sorry, out in those copycat apartments. Everyone looks the same. So there's some clothes hanging here, so somebody probably lives here. Trying to keep the sun out of the camera. I noticed yesterday it made a mess of the video. It's pretty cool. I mean, look at that. So picturesque to me. I don't know, maybe not some people. Some people might not like that, but let's take a walk down this aisle here. Yeah, see there, Mai Feng. So they're selling this building, I guess, or the property, maybe. I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, I know somebody that was living in a small area like this. Not this specific. Oh, see, somebody's coming out of that one. We can get a peek inside. Oh, see, really, really basic living. And some people want to do that. Some people prefer that. They'll stay here. You know. Some people will stay here. See, somebody's living in this one also. Somebody's living in there. But like I said, the majority of these are abandoned. And the people who lived here are probably older. There's a little dog. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Come on. Hey, 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 hey. Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. They're good dogs. They're just protecting their home there. This one's got some new windows on it, so maybe somebody's still in there. This would have been the, what do you call it, the bedrock of the town. This would have been the town before the town was the town. Just, see, these people obviously live here. Yeah. Oh, you should see inside there. It's really rough looking, but they got some nice looking plants in the window here. Beautiful. Pyongyang. Got some beautiful. Oh, she's got a green thumb for sure. Ah. Somebody got a little fancy on this one. You can see the rounded corner of the brick. The neighbors got out of here. They're not here anymore. But this is like real China. There's some people who just can't accept that, you know, Chinese people are different than them. So a lot of the people that would have grown up in these areas, you can see a big tree across there. A lot of people that grew up in these areas grew up in a different time, different world than what even I did in the West. Maybe the time that I was born, this would have been a bustling little town here. This would have been the center of the city. You can see now a lot of stuff's locked up, but abandoned. I don't see many couplets. Normally you would see couplets if there's people living there. But yeah, most Chinese people, if they haven't left China ever, they're probably look at this. The doors on this place are like a vault. There must have been some kind of storage. Big steel doors. But yeah, the people that lived here before, they grew up in a time of famine, a lot of them. You know, a lot of those people, during that time, they got some, you know, habits and whatnot, and they don't change. You know, as older people, and it's not only people in China. I know people from Europe that have moved to the West, that have moved, like, not, I guess Germany's like considered the West, is it? But I know people from the old times in Europe that basically, you know, the people that come over and eat the pig's feet and stuff like that. A lot of the groceries in the West will sell pig's feet. And you can see there's that newer building up there. It's covered in scaffold completely. So they're either redoing it or it's just going up. But yeah, a lot of those people are also set in their ways, and they have a lot of, oh, what do you call them? Superstitions. You know, like I can't remember what day it is, but there's one day of the month where you have to sweep everything from the front door to the back door. Those are superstitions they grew up with, and they're not about to change them. So a lot of the people here are probably trying to figure out which way to go. This way looks nicer, more well kept. This way looks run down. Let me go down the well kept way. It's just a pathway. There's no road here. And when people lived here, there was probably no road either. No cars, no road, only bicycles. So don't wonder why why some people are different than you. You know, I'm on the 86 Lawai channel, so on this live stream, so there may be one or two people that come in or watch the video that are fans of anti-China channels, and you know, it's just a bunch of nonsense. It's just people that are different than you. You know, I was having breakfast with an older guy this morning. He was, I would say 85 years old. And I guess you'd have to include him as an adventurous kind of person. Because, I mean, this is going to sound really weird to anyone that's watching, but I mean, unless you know Chinese people, but I'm having breakfast. I'm actually making the breakfast for myself, and I asked him, do you want what I'm eating? I was making a BLT, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and egg sandwich for breakfast. So I asked him if he wanted one. Oh, somebody's living in there. There's a guy sitting there. Ni hao. I don't know if he'll say hello. Ni hao? Oh, he doesn't want to say hello. Okay. I'm peeking my camera into somebody's personal space and their private property, and I'm asking them to say hello. That is a bit much. Anyway, yeah, so I was making BLTs. This door is like, my head is like up here, so I don't know how people got in this door. So anyway, I was making BLT and egg, bacon, lettuce, and tomato. And I asked the guy if he wanted one, about an 85-year-old Chinese person. And you know what he said? He said, I've never had a sandwich before. He'd never had a sandwich before. So it's kind of amazing, right? Look at that. It's so cool. Hey, ni hao. Ni hao. Oh, he shook his head at me, but he didn't say anything. So yeah, I made the BLTs for me and this other guy, the 85-year-old Chinese guy. He ate the sandwich, and I asked him if he liked it. He said it tasted good, but it was kind of messy. See, this one's also Mai. They want to sell this. They want to sell this property. They're probably waiting a long time if their only advertising is on this door. How many people are going to go by here? But they're growing stuff. Check this out. I think that's beans, but they're gone. So I think they must have picked them all. So how different is that? You know, how many 85-year-old people do you know in the West who have never had a sandwich? There's a guy up here. I don't know if he's pissing. I don't want to walk by him if he's pissing, but he looks almost like he's waiting for me to come by to say hello. We'll see what happens. That's another, interesting thing. Oh, this one's still got beans on it. There's still beans in here. One thing that's kind of interesting is how many people, when I make these videos, how many people do you see say, hey, don't film me? I think you don't really see that. Give that guy a couple of seconds to get ahead of me. You know, how, you know, even older people in your own country are different than you are. I have some experience with that in Canada and in the US. What is that, some kind of a pumpkin or something? Sometimes older people, just for the hell of it, let's take a look in here. Nice garden. Beautiful. Yeah, I think that guy, I don't know if he wants to piss or what, but he's got a little dog here. Look at this place. The roof is like at the height of my chest. So I don't know if the other side is deeper. Yeah.
Hey, 你好.
Nice guy. He wasn't taking a piss. But so he's living back there in that place back there. I suppose to some extent they're probably off the grid here. I'm not sure if they have internet. They might still have internet even in here. But they have electricity, obviously. Also, there's electricity, and I think that might be Wi-Fi up there. Might be. So yeah, I think they have internet in here, but you can still be, you know, mostly off the grid. I don't see any cameras anywhere. So, you know, how many of these places people live in, I'm not sure. I would say probably 20%, maybe less, of these buildings are occupied. You know, especially the ones, you know, if they have, like, they're smashed like this. They're, you know, the windows are gone. Obviously, there's nobody living here. The old style, kind of fancy brickwork up there. This looks like an older woman carrying a load of stuff coming up the road here. See, these ones here all look completely abandoned. Some of them have no property, so they'll not really grow anything. Yeah. Okay, she's not going to say anything. Okay, but like I said, I think this is my understanding of it. Like I said, don't take my word for it. If a Chinese person's in here watching this or watches it later, maybe you can comment below. My understanding is if you move out of one of these places, the government will give you I don't know, like, you know, one of those, a room in one of those buildings that all look the same, but they're much more roomy than this. I don't know if you can see the size of this home, but they have much more space than those. They're all heated. These buildings here, I think you would have had to come up with your own heat. Let's take a little walk in here. I think you would have had to come up with your own heat. So you probably had to collect wood or coal. There's a chimney there, so obviously they were burning stuff. Gonna watch for the spiders. Actually, this place is, okay, here's looks like an alleyway to other buildings. But that's the size of this place. It's not too bad. It wouldn't have been too bad. I mean, you can see there's some amount of space here, but the new ones, when they move into a new place, they're clean. I think they do have to do the renovations themselves. So if they want some, you know, different color wallpaper or different paint, stuff like that, the furniture, they have to pay for themselves. But my understanding is that the government provides that for the older people that want to move out of here. And they do pay for the heat in the winter. But the heat is provided by the city, so it's a pittance. There's like an annual fee for the heat. One price you pay for the whole year. And it's like the whole city has plumbing for heat. Well, it's a small city. Right here is like, actually the next city over isn't a formal city, but here's more like a town of maybe 20,000 people. And the whole place is plumbed for central heating. So, but I mean, the bad side of that is, I don't know if it's a bad thing, but sometimes in the winter, it's too friggin' hot in the apartments. And you have to open a window. It just bug right in my eye. Damn it. Yeah, some of this is pretty rough. But this is like, that's what happens when people abandon places, right? This would have been, looks like a couple of homes here. So I'm coming to the edge of this. Just about out of here. There's actually a few more streets over I could have went to, but I guess I had to go whatever way I went, so I'm just about out of here. Whoever was in here with me, I hope you found it a little bit interesting. This is what real China's about. I think some people from here would have been given 2 or 3 apartments, and they are actually able to sell or lease the ones that they don't like, that they don't want to use, right? There's like a million bugs here. You probably can't see that, but there's just little tiny bugs flying around in here. So yeah, I'm at the edge of this. I'm gonna shut it down, but I appreciate anybody who stopped by. Hope you found it a little bit interesting. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? So maybe I shouldn't be saying anything, but I guess maybe I have a better understanding than some people that have never been to China. So anyway.